God, the New Orleans Saints dodged this bullet. Don't know what I mean? Well, you found the right video. We're going to break it down in today's show. Welcome into Saints Now by Chat Sports. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. We already posted one piece of content this morning discussing some free agency rumors, so we're going to dive into the next one. So Ian Rapoport, in case you guys didn't know this, he reported Deebo Samuel had been traded to the Washington Commanders. Now, this entire video, it's all going to be about Deebo Samuel, and then we actually also have some NFL news around Darius Slay, and that does impact the New Orleans Saints, so we're going to dive into that here as well. Really quick, I want to encourage you to follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. Hit your boy up. I've been posting reels, I've been posting photos, I've been posting graphics, and all sorts of fun stuff on my Instagram page. A lot of y'all have already supported me and hit me up on Twitter/X, but hit me up on Instagram, TraceGirouard48_, linked in the comments and description of this video. I'll tell you what, you DM me Golden Gang, I'll give you a follow back. So here's what the trade compensation was. Deebo Samuel went for a 2025 fifth-round pick. And, I will tell you this, for a player like Deebo Samuel's stature, I think a fifth-round pick is an excellent trade compensation for both sides of this, to be totally honest. The Niners, they get pretty good draft compensation for a player who's been declining in terms of his productivity. And the Commanders get a player who at one point in time was a massive, massive weapon in the National Football League. And to be totally honest, a change of scenery could be very beneficial for him. I just think the Saints avoided a big mistake here. I think that this was a player that Kellen Moore and the New Orleans Saints could have been interested to go and try and trade for and go and try to bring to New Orleans, but ultimately this would have been a terrible, stupid, and bad financial decision. I am in the camp of do not pay players that cannot bring up good production. And with Deebo Samuel, this is a player who's going to cost you the likes of $17.55 million, rounded up to $17.6 million next year, based off of the base salary, roster bonus, and workout bonus. So with the New Orleans Saints, I'm really, really glad that they did not indulge and did not try to make this happen, because the Saints do need weapons. That is true. That part of this argument is a fact. The offense has to get better. They need to add playmakers. They need to get overall more talented. They need to raise the skill level of the offense. They need to raise the overall floor because it is very, very low. But Deebo Samuel is not the player to bring in and was not the player to trade for in order to add to the offense. I mean, it's no question about it. Since 2021, unbelievable season, but then has declined. And then, 2023, a little bit better, but, not really that much better. My whole point of this is I think Deebo Samuel's a fine football player. I think you have a gadget and utility player in Taysom Hill. You're already paying him a lot of money, so I just don't think that it made a lot of sense to go and get Deebo. I'm really glad the Saints did not indulge in this idea because, to be totally honest, this would have been a bad trade. And, probably the Saints would have gotten fleeced for more than a fifth-round pick. But I want you to have a little bit of fun with this one. Name a player you would trade for. Get down in the comment section. Let me know whether it's a quarterback, whether it's a running back, a linebacker, wide receiver. I don't care. Have some fun with this one. It's the offseason. We can have a little bit of creativity, right? Name a player you would trade for. So the NFL news around Darius Slay, it has been taking the league circles over in terms of the news cycle for the National Football League. It's a post-June 1 cut. This feels like it was one that made a lot of financial sense for the Philadelphia Eagles. And, there's no question about it. Darius Slay is a quality veteran cornerback in this league. But, in 2024, I thought he was fine. I'm just in the camp of, I'm good. I think I'm good. The overall PFF grades are fine. This is good production right here. Overall, this is good. Pass breakups, it was fourth in the league. Coverage in the playoffs was better than his coverage grade in the regular season. So he turns things up in the postseason. Big play Slay is what they call him in the city of brotherly love. But, a lot of his accomplishments and a lot of the things that he's been able to do came before the past few years. Obviously, he's a Super Bowl champion. That is very, very cool. I really am happy for him in that regard. Won it in our stadium. First team All-Pro back in 2017. Six-time Pro Bowler. interception co-leader in 2017. He was a team captain for the Eagles, so he's a leader, and players value his leadership ability, and that's like really, really good stuff here. But I just don't think that there's room for Darius Slay in this cornerback group. Right now, the cornerback group is set in stone outside of Paulson Adebo. So if you take away Paulson Adebo, maybe you slide in Alontae Taylor. Maybe you slide in Rico Payton. Who knows what you do right there? But my point is, you have to bring back Paulson Adebo. Like, it doesn't make any sense to not bring back Paulson Adebo because of how much youth there is on this cornerback group, but also how much talent you need to add and how much cheaper you need to get. I understand that it's between Paulson Adebo and Darius Slay. You know, which one are you going to go with? I'm going to give you my answer, but I just think that there's not room for Darius Slay in the current situation. Now, if you don't bring back Paulson Adebo, different story, and we'll talk about that here in a second. Really fast, I got to tell y'all about Fanatics. They have some awesome stuff out there. If you want to go get some new jerseys for the Saints season, chatsports.com/Saints jerseys. You can get any player, any size, any color. We have the home, we have the color rush, we have the aways. We got men, women, or children sizes. And on top of that, if you don't want a current player, well, you can go get one for Drew Brees. I saw Michael Thomas ones on sale for like $40. If you want to go get a Mike T one, go at it. I'm personally not going to buy one, but that's not for me to decide. That's for you to decide on. That being said, a lot of great jerseys, a lot of great stuff. Demario Davis, you can go get Mark Ingram, you can go get Deuce McAllister, Marcus Colston. I've seen so many awesome jerseys on here, and we got them on the link, chatsports.com/Saints jerseys. It's also in the comments and description of this video. So I would rather bring back Paulson Adebo. I know we kind of already hinted towards what I would do. I just think between Paulson Adebo and Darius Slay, there's something to say about the continuity of, and I know that word's going to make a lot of y'all vomit. There's something to say about the continuity of bringing back Paulson Adebo, but there's also something to say about Darius Slay, who's 34 years old. And I'm not going to say he's playing bad football, but if it's between a 34-year-old Darius Slay and a Paulson Adebo who's coming off what's a bad femur injury, but is 25 years old, feels like it's a pretty easy decision. Now, my prediction is that Darius Slay, he actually returned to the Detroit Lions. He said it before. He's been on the record saying he wants to play for a contender. I don't think it makes sense for the Saints to sign him. I don't think it makes sense for Darius Slay to come to the Saints. I think you should avoid this move, to be totally honest, and go bring back Paulson Adebo. Let him be on the outside. Let Alontae Taylor stick on the slot spot, a nickel cornerback position, and let Kool-Aid McKinstry be on the outside, and just keep this thing moving. See if you can continue that development of Kool-Aid McKinstry and of Rico Payton especially, because whether you like it or not, you can see and tell me Alontae Taylor may have been bad, but he was also one of the most disruptive players in all of the National Football League last year. So, sure, maybe he wasn't number one, but it's not like he wasn't making plays whatsoever. I think Alontae Taylor's good. I want to see Paulson Adebo return, and I think Darius Slay goes to the Lions. Let me know which one you would rather grab. Paulson Adebo or Darius Slay? If you're in free agency and you're Mickey Loomis, which one of these two players are you bringing into the New Orleans Saints? Are you bringing back Paulson Adebo, or are you bringing home, or not bringing home, but bringing in big play Slay? Alrighty, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like today's video, subscribe, and all that fun YouTube cliche stuff. We've been posting a lot of content on the show, and the support that y'all have been giving us has been excellent. I'll make you a deal. If we get 5 likes on this video, I'll make another one tomorrow. And if we get 10 likes on this video, I'll go live on Wednesday. Y'all stay golden. We'll see you next time.